Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 544.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about where to retire rich without a lot of money. And I saw this article. It's a really short article from CNBC.com. But it talked about where people can retire and live well. And I thought it was great that it mentioned these 5 very special places. But I also thought there's a lot of new trends about how we live and retire and what that's going to mean in the future. And that's because lifestyle, I think, is more fluid than ever. You know, it used to be that maybe when you retired, you wanted to buy a second home and be a snowbird, fly south for the winter. And it was a luxury to have multiple homes. Some people even had more than 2 homes. But maybe the greatest luxury is not about owning them, but really being able to travel more fluidly. And because we have things like Airbnb and vacation rental by owner, VRBO, it's now easier than ever just to travel and stay somewhere and experience that and really live all over the world. You can travel extensively and live right in the middle of the culture of another country, or you could live near the tourist locations that you wanted to go to. For example, if you wanted to go to Venice, you could be right by St. Mark's Square. And so you have a choice of where you want to go and how you want to be there. And it's a totally different experience, and I think an easier experience than it used to be, having to go to hotels and having only one choice of where that building is located. You had different rooms there, but you were stuck in that location. Now with Airbnb, it's really destructured and you can go wherever you want to go. If you want to be right in downtown Paris, you can be in downtown Paris. If you want to be on the right bank, you can be on the right bank. If you want to be on the left bank, you can be on the left bank. You can be out by Montmartre. You can be wherever you want to be. So my point is that when we talk about retiring, I think we're really going to be redefining that in future years. And another trend has been to retire out of the country, to live in Mexico or in Costa Rica. And these locations are outside of the United States from this article. But I guess my point is just that now the world is your oyster. You have more flexibility than ever, and you might still have things that tie you to one location, like maybe you want to be near your grandkids. But I think my mother's generation of checking into, a high-end retirement home isn't necessarily how this generation is going to retire. Maybe they are going to travel. Maybe they are going to live outside the country. But whatever you decide, I think there are some basics that you do take into account. Number 1 is family, and maybe being near the grandkids and kids. Number 2 is the weather and climate. Who has a sunny climate or who has a climate that you want to be in. For example, maybe you want a climate where you can ski. So you have to be in a climate where you can do the activities that you want to do, whether that's snow skiing or scuba diving or whatever that might be. Your activities might also dictate where you're going to retire. And then another one might be things to do like restaurants or theater or museums. I know here in the Palm Desert area, one of the things I love the most are the restaurants, and just having a variety of really good restaurants to eat at is an important thing for me and one of my priorities. Another one is healthcare. Sometimes people don't want to move too far away or live in certain countries because they don't feel the healthcare quality is there. And then finally, the cost of living. So how expensive is it to live in these places? So this article really talked about places that have a lot of these qualities in a positive way, but don't cost $1 million to live there. In fact, that's really the title of the article. You don't need $1 million to live a luxurious retirement. And it was written by Annie Nova. And there's 2 bullet points. It says, you don't need $1 million to enjoy a luxurious retirement so long as you're willing to leave the United States behind. And the second bullet point says, a couple could live well in Italy on a monthly budget of $1,524 according to International Living, a website for expatriates. And the article says, you don't need $1 million to live a luxurious retirement so long as you're willing to leave the U.S. behind. Most people assume that a high-flying existence like that is the purview of the rich and famous alone, said Jennifer Stevens, the executive editor of International Living. They're wrong, Stevens said. The website for expatriates is out with a list of 5 places to live like the rich and famous without their bank balance. Around 680,000 Americans currently receive their Social Security checks at a foreign address. Yet the number of retirees abroad is likely higher since many people keep their U.S. bank account. Here are the 5 destinations. Number 1, Italy. Italy is rich in history and culture, but retirees on a budget can still settle down here. A couple could live well in Italy on a monthly budget of $1,524, according to International Living. I want to pause there and say they're not telling us anything about what that's providing. They're not telling us how many bedrooms. They're not telling us if that's right downtown or out in a suburb. They're not giving us any description of how many bathrooms. Is that a condo? Is that a house, a flat? What are we talking about? So we really don't know the details, and I really wish they had been more descriptive with what they're talking about, because this is highly generalized and it's making it difficult to really compare apples to apples or see if it's anything that you're even interested in. I mean, maybe this $1,500 a month place is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath place that is on the outskirts of Italy, and that's really not what you want. So it's really hard to judge whether this is a bullseye or what exactly they're providing here. But anyway, I'll go on. Number 2, Bali. In Bali, expect temples, beaches, jungle swings, and massive over-the-top villas, writes International Living. The tropical climate is another perk for people in their golden years, and retirees can enjoy a comfortable life with a budget of around $1,150 a month, according to the website. Number 3, Costa Rica. According to International Living, retirees will find elegant residential communities, excellent medical facilities, first-class shopping, splendid restaurants, and spectacular natural wonders. People can live on between $1,500 and $1,700 a month. So I want to pause here and say they have Costa Rica sometimes on those international real estate shows, and it does seem like you can buy homes there very inexpensively. But also, again, I don't know exactly what they're talking about providing here, whether you're renting a house or whether you're renting a condo or an apartment or what exactly they're talking about. Costa Rica is a huge place for U.S. expats to retire. Very popular. They like the monkeys there, I think. The little baby monkeys. Number 4, Portugal. A couple could live well in the arts-rich tourist town of Sintra for $3,065 a month, according to International Living, although other parts of the country are more affordable. Sintra is just a 40-minute drive from Lisbon and is packed with opportunities to explore. And number 5, Colombia. Retirees could live comfortably in Medellin, known as the City of Flowers, on a budget of $1,400 to $2,000 per month, according to International Living. Expect a spring-like climate year-round and more than 30 universities, plenty of art and history museums, theaters, and restaurants. End of article. So there you have it. There are 5 interesting places to live that you don't need $1 million to have a luxurious retirement. And perhaps you could do some more in-depth research from this website that they're referencing. I'll leave a link to this article on my website and in the show notes so you can take a look at it and think about where you want to retire, because it's never too early to start thinking about your retirement plans, no matter what your age. It's a good thing to think about for yourself. It's a good thing to think about and talk about with your spouse, your significant other, and decide, where do you want to retire? What kinds of things do you want to be doing in retirement? What is your vision of retirement? Because most people are going to spend probably a third of their life in retirement, maybe more, depending on how long your life expectancy is. So it's really important that you start making plans for how you want to live, the lifestyle you want, what kinds of things you want to do, what things are really important to you, and then decide where that is that you're going to be. Or if that's going to be in a more fluid environment through Airbnb, traveling to maybe a different country every month. Who knows? I think the definition of retirement and what you want to do in retirement are really unlimited today more than ever before, more affordable today than ever before in some ways, because you can fly fairly cheaply, you can live inexpensively in some of these places. And so it's exciting to think about this world getting smaller in a way and the opportunity that travel provides. If you haven't yet subscribed to Be Wealthy and Smart, hit the subscribe button and you'll be updated as soon as new podcasts are available. And don't forget, we're at the very end of our review contest. This is the last broadcast before our winners will be announced. And you have a really great chance of winning. There are 25 prizes to win. 11 of my Wealthy Mindset Blueprint audio sets valued at $197, 11 of my Wealth Heiress books personalized by me, and 3 wealth mentoring sessions with me valued at $500. All you need to do is leave a review on iTunes. That will get your name in the drawing 5 times. Leave a book review on Amazon. That'll get your name in the drawing 7 times. And if you do both, your name is in the drawing 10 times. And next week, I'll be announcing the winners of the contest. And if you've already left a review, thank you so much. I so appreciate it. It means a lot. Thank you. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.